Hi everyone, this is Peter. In this short video I'm going to quickly demonstrate some of the features available when you have supervisor access to the web form. Now there are a couple of ways you can get to the web form. Firstly, I am in Moodle here. If I click on the help button at the top, that will take me to the MMU e-learning pages, and from the bottom right here I can click Moodle staff access web form. So it might be worthwhile just bookmarking that URL. Now I have supervisor access, so I can demonstrate exactly what you should see. Now when I log in, I see some personal details up at the top which are pretty empty for me. If I wanted to maintain my own enrolments, I can click into my objects, and this would show the areas that I have access to. So you can see I have access to the 11-12 instances for the Computing and Digital Technology Network, as well as a couple of units. I also have access to the 12-13 versions of them as well. If I wanted to remove myself, I can simply just untick these boxes and click save, and then that would take me out of Moodle when the sync runs next, which is normally each evening or early morning. If I wanted to actually give myself some more units, I can do that. I can just click add. I can choose whether I want to be enrolled as a tutor, a student or observer, but I want to be a tutor, so I'll do an object search. At this point, you're probably familiar with this. I can search for an actual code, a unit code, so 6G5Z2001, for example, and it will bring back the unit that I found. Now I already have access to this, the 9SC version or 9Z6 version or whatever it is actually, that we run at MMU, but I can see the college version, so I can select them if I wanted to and click save, and that would then give me access. If I click home, it'll take me right back again. Now, another thing you might want to do is give people access to different units, but before we do that, there's a common problem or challenge that we have when we're given maybe external colleagues access, for example, or people with different roles across the university, admin staff or whatever else. Sometimes we can't add them as tutors. Now as a supervisor, you can edit their actual role. So normally you would drop down to choose staff object roles, but here I'm going to choose staff roles and click the user roles objects button. Now in here I can again search for a staff code or a name. So if I search for myself, Mr. Peter Reed, you see what different roles I have in the web form. This translates to roles in Moodle. But I can click update and simply tick whichever box I want to have access for. So if I was given access to a student support officer or something like that, for example, I might tick the tutor box. Now I've already got that, but it's, as you can see, it's really easy to do. Tick the box and click save. And then finally, we're just going to touch on giving access to units. So drop the maintain drop down menu to staff object roles and click user roles objects. And I'm sure you're aware, but we have two ways we can search to give access for people to units. So we can search by the person, so we can search for staff code, name or surname, or bring back people from a department, or we can actually search for the object. So I will search for a person, so I will search for me. This could be anyone, and I will update my record. So again, you see what areas this person has access to, and click add. Very similar to before. Choose our roles, and then we can go ahead and search for a unit. So I might just this time put in a description of programming and do a search. Then I see everything that's got a programming in the title. Now it could be that I want access to all of these, in which case I can click the select all option at the top, and that will select them all for me, or I might just choose one or two. I'll click save and that's done. So that's really easy. This bulk enroll can be really handy if we're trying to enroll people across perhaps every unit in the school, for example. So I can search for a person, so I can search for Reed again and update my record. Now when I want to add the units, I can choose tutor. And this time I can just search for 6G, and that will return a lot. Hope that helps.